Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. So, I know I'm uploading twice today. What? And it's not even Thursday yet, guys. Don't worry, that video is going to be so epic. I'm so excited. So make sure you're subscribed. Okay, so today's video is I'm going to talk about the time that I went to church camp and crap happened, okay? So what I mean by crap is, let me break it down for you. So our church, the gathering, decided to go to a conference type camp. So you get to spend the night at OSU, which is the Oregon State University, and so when you stay there, you stay in the dorms. So you stay where the college kids stay, okay? So that's exciting. So you get to stay there, and you get to go to like classes. Well, you can go to classes. There's a swimming pool that you can go to. That's fine. But one evening after our giant concert, I can insert what happens in the giant alternative room. So insert here.
I'll sing one more time. What do you say? Everybody jump up there. Rise and sing, rise and sing.
Okay, we're back. So after one of those evenings, our church group comes back and there's police cars everywhere in the girls' dorm. Okay? And even Fat Horse was he wasn't with me, but he was in the dorm room where I slept. And the dorm level that I slept on is where the activity was at. I was like really worried about Fat Horse, so not fun. And then, so first of all, we're not even allowed upstairs because the police are up in our rooms searching for a dude that is not supposed to be in the girls' dorm. I guess it was like supposed to be a girlfriend and boyfriend. They were meeting and something really bad went down. So it didn't go as planned. The police were called. And so all of us girls had to stay in the lobby. And then once we got the okay by the police, we decided to go up there. And we're like, woohoo! We finally got to go up. And then we had a party. Because our girls were gonna have a party anyway. So we decided to have a party in our leader's room. And that was fun. And we just hung out and whatnot. And then I guess like the next day or so, or like this was another camp experience. But I feel like it was the same week, was when we girls were having a moment with one of our leaders, and we were just hanging out and talking for funsies, like, and I guess we were all in there, and we were told that there's a lady outside. We call her the Nazi lady, and we mean this nicely. Because she was like, you can't do this, you can't do that, blah, blah, blah. You guys are too loud, blah, blah, blah. Like, she was on you for anything that you did. She would sit in her door and just do whatever. She got after me because I was like alone or something like that, and I just wanted to be in my room sitting with headphones on, and she was like, you can't do that, blah blah blah. And I'm like, I can do whatever the frick I want in my dorm room. You do not have control of what goes on in my room. And she's like, well, that's gonna be a noise complaint. And I'm like, I'm in my dorm minding my own business, like, lady, just fuck off. But she wasn't going to. So I guess later that evening, she wouldn't let us out of our door. Like, she locked us in the dorm room. And so we called our leader being like, hey, we got locked in here. We're all in here. And one of our girls was freaking out. And we're like, dude, just chill. We're all in this together. You're not just alone. So, like, chill out, please. And it was stupid that we got locked in. Like, she locked us in there. I don't know how. But we had our leader, like, confront her and say, you need to leave our girls alone. They're not bothering you. You need to leave them alone. And it just got really weird and rough with her. And so they talked it out, and they told us we could leave our room. So that was fun. That was the time that we got locked in by some other camp leader. So I'm just gonna say this right now. I don't know what church they were with, but they are not some church that I would want to be a part of. So, because the lady that they were with was a total bitch. So, just my experience. But we can put, like I said, you guys earlier in the video saw kind of like what happens in the, like, in the big room where we have our conferences. One, we have like the pastor during the time. He'll do like stories and whatnot. And then we have like concerts in there. So, and then we have to do like a dance every time. So, it's a fun camp for sure. But it's also just not so fun because it can go bad. And plus, like, a lot of your leaders, since you're like high school students, they don't like baby you, so you're allowed to do pretty much whatever you want at this camp. So you don't have to go, leader, can I go do this? No, if you guys want to go to Dutch Bros, go to Dutch Bros. You don't have to let him know. You just need to stay in a group together, and it's 2 girls or 2 boys and a girl. Like, it can't be 2 boys and a girl because they're afraid something's gonna happen to you. So it has to be 2 girls and a boy, or 2 girls. Like, so you have to go together. Like, you can't go alone. You have to go with somebody. And there was like one day where I'm like, I want to go to Dutch Bros, and nobody wanted to go with me, so the leader had to come with me. And then everybody's like, oh, she's going to Dutch, like, we're going too. They went from not wanting to go, so that's fun. But, and the leader wanted to go anyway, and then we found out we're the same size shoe. That was fun. But CIY stands for Christ in Youth. And it's a giant conference. And I'm not talking like where you have like a conference call and it's a meeting. It's a lot of fun. And you'll see by that video I posted earlier like how fun it can get. So, okay. And that was my story time on the time that we were headed back to our dorms and the police were there. And I will say, I didn't know the guy, there was a guy outside, but I didn't know he was the guy. And I wanted to give him a hug because he was crying. And my leader pulls me and she's like, do you not see the police? And I'm like, I wasn't paying attention to that. But yeah, they had the guy and they arrested him, so. And then, oh yeah, the other time, which was like later that evening, which or like the next day, there was this couple just screaming at each other like, I'm gonna kill you, and blah, 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 you're a mother trucker, and blah, blah, blah. And they're just screaming and cussing at each other. And I'm like, should I have called like 911? Because there are death threats in that message. And like, they didn't know I could hear them. But I was like looking out my window and it was going on and they were hanging out behind the trees. And I told my youth pastor about it. And he's like, no, don't worry about it because like, you would hate to be involved in that. And then I told my counselor about it. She's like, hey, you don't know the situation. You should have called the police. So one person's telling me don't. And the other person was like, yeah, you probably should have. Because you don't know, like, it could have gotten really bad real quick. Which she's right. I should have called the police. But my pastor's like, well, if you would have gotten involved, you would have gotten in trouble. So, and for doing the right thing. Because, like, I guess, like, if I were to call, I guess, like, he could get in trouble because for some reason, like, with the gathering, like, the gathering would be like, well, the police were called because so-and-so within the gathering church called the police. So he could get in trouble for that. And even though it was doing the right thing, still would have gotten him in trouble. Oops. But I didn't do it, so he is fine. But I definitely regret not calling the police that night. Could have just said I'm anonymous and I hear arguing. And it doesn't sound pretty. It sounds like they're saying like, F you, and like, I'm gonna kill you if you touch me again. Blah, blah, blah. Like, it was nasty. But anyway, that is my story times from this camp. Don't worry, I had fun too. But those were the crazy, crazy moments from camp. From that camp. There was even one night where I performed in front of thousands of people that day because like over 2,000 churches go to this camp. So that evening I performed in front of like a full house. And I didn't do too well. So we did it again next year and I did better. But anyway, that is my story time of the crazy stuff that happened at CIY. Okay, if you guys kind of like story times from me and you find me interesting, please give this video a thumbs up and please do not forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!